Hi, this is Jacek and the Power Back System. Because it's about 30 days, I stopped counting of my great life break, great midlife break, or a kind of sabbatical, longer sabbatical or shorter, we'll see. I wanted to share what's going on with me, and I wanted to give you some good news of what's happening and what I'm experiencing, and encourage you to also take care of yourself in all the best ways, so you can also live your best life, and you can also recover your own strength, your own mental, spiritual, emotional, physical power, because this is what I'm about. I'm about helping you to get your power back, as full power as possible. And I'm not just talking about power, over others. I'm talking about your inner power, your feeling that you actually are strong and you are not afraid of any circumstances or on any situations that can happen to you. So this is it. I really am happy that I am doing this experiment. It's 30 days now, and I see the first signs of regaining new ideas, creativity, vitality, and everything, even though I have many different days. I have days up and down, because I'm working here with some people who are in crisis, sometimes depressed. I also sometimes get a little bit down, because it's not easy to help others. And then I think sometimes, I should go back home. But I told myself that I'm not going to go back home until January 30th. I'm going to stay here. My change of my ticket is expensive anyways, that helps. I'm missing some stuff at home, but I told myself, no, do this experiment. You have time right now, and what you promise to yourself, keep with this. So that's why I can be here and I can continue telling you how to get your power back. So the idea of this is that you get your power back by taking a grand break, a pause. If you feel a little bit weak, or if you feel fearful for any or anxious for anything in your life, stopping is the first thing you need to do. Sometimes you need to stop for a few seconds to really have a more optimistic thought about the situation. But life is a marathon, and in the marathon, such as life, it's really important to take longer breaks from time to time to recover your energy, your physical vitality, your emotional calm, your mental clarity, and your spiritual uplifting ideas. So in fact, I was able to connect to all of that. First of all, many people are asking me, yes, there is high risk of being in Brazil, kind of a criminal country, some are saying. And yes, there is some robbery and stuff like this happening here, yes. And plus coronavirus, which is on the way up in Brazil. I feel, and I know from all the things and doctors and everything I studied, is that the most important thing is your immune system. So a break like this, a vacation, holiday, always improves unless you are traveling like crazy, a break always improves your state of your immune system. So in terms of physical, I'm swimming every day in a beautiful ocean, I'm running after this, I'm exercising, I'm sitting in the sun a lot, only till 9 o'clock in the morning, because later it becomes too hot for me, but I have a really nice tan already. And this creates vitamin D in your skin and in your body. So with vitamin D, as you know, it helps with coronavirus and all sorts of illnesses. So my vitamin D level is for sure much higher right now. And I eat a very great diet of special fruits, super vegetables, And I really feel that my immune system is really strong. I've been around some strange people, sometimes there's lots of people around and so on. Not everyone is wearing masks here and so on. But I definitely feel like I'm, in terms of my vitality and immune system, I'm much more powerful too. I relaxed. Every day I relax more, and therefore I have much less stress. And the stress is number one actually influencer of your immune system. So because of less stress, I feel my immune system is really working really well now, and I haven't been feeling in any way sick since the beginning of my travel, because I relaxed. Mentally, I'm gaining some clarity. I did say before that I am in a void. It's a stage in transformational process where I don't know what's next, where I'm in an emptiness and I'm just waiting what happens. The more empty you are, the bigger the chances the new ideas will come up. And that's why in our programs we do solos where you stay by yourself for a few hours, few days and longer, because then you get new ideas. And I feel this mental clarity is coming more and more. I'm quieter, I'm not traveling so much, and I'm already keen with new ideas. Maybe a little bit too early, because that's how my mind works. If it's empty, then new ideas come. And that's same with everyone, because I have done it with my groups, with people I lead for more than 25 years now, and the effects were almost incredible. Like, for example, what I'm describing in my new book, The Expedition to Personal Power, that if you take a break, you suddenly write poetry, and you are able to write poetry in another language. And this is what happened to me and my participants. So this is just one example how your mind gets to work much better. And also I feel much more optimistic, because suddenly I have lots of little pleasures here and much less connection to all sorts of problems and fears which run amok in our societies, both in America, in Canada, where is my family, in Spain and in Poland and in all other countries. Basically there is too much fear. And it's basically, as Deepak Chopra said, is a pandemic of fear. And this is my first warning to you. Don't let yourself into the spiral of fear, because it will take you down. It will take down your immune system. I even studied some research on people getting scared of those doctors coming with all sorts of masks and gear to take them when they have coronavirus. This is so scary that these people's immune system goes down even more, and some of them die. So don't let yourself be scared, because actually then, if you are anxious and anything, then you get weaker. You get weaker on all the levels of our pyramid of power. You get weaker physically with your immune system. You get weaker emotionally because you have no good emotions. You get weaker mentally because there is chaos in your mind, and you get weaker spiritually. The strongest people spiritually that I've experienced and read about is, for example, Solzhenitsyn describes in Archipelago Gulag, is people who are actually able to connect to their soul. Also Viktor Frankl with his books, it's a very important example. They connect so deeply with their purpose and mission that they don't experience fear even in concentration camps or war camps or Siberian camps. This is in a way what's happening to me here. I'm on a mission to, first of all, in terms of my personal mission, to recover myself, to really totally relax, to really get rid of all the remaining fear and anxiety that is in me, and to connect deeply with me so I could plan the rest of my life. And for others, for my participants, is the same. And also I want to discover my new mission for the world, you know. And actually yesterday I had an inspiration. I watched a very important movie about some sort of non-profit organization who brings water to poor people here. And the guy used to be a surfer, and I was a climber, and I connected to this. I was like, okay, I'm helping people get their power back through building their inner power in all sorts of ways. I'm helping them to move up in their careers. I'm helping them to get new jobs. I help them to overcome crises. But I also want to connect it more with saving the world and with helping the environment. And I got really inspired. And this is, I'm thinking now how to I actually head of one organization which is coaching people how to take care better of the environment and how to start some startups to help the environment, because this is very important to me, because if we don't have the environment, we don't have a place to live. We will all die. That is so simple. That is so simple. Or we will be living in a dirtier, more polluted environment more and more. And I hate pollution. I hate air pollution. I hate water pollution. And we are doing it to ourselves. And of course, the rich people here and there with the richest nations, they don't experience it so much. But you can see this here in Brazil, what's going on, and what's the situation of these people. So, for example, with COVID, that could be interesting for you. These people live in favelas, which is like slums, and they have, you know, in one room of maybe 15 square meters, there is 5, 6, sometimes 10 people living together, and you know how they could avoid COVID between themselves. You know how that. I mean, it's very difficult to create any social distancing for them. Also, you know, the water is dirty there. The air is polluted, although sometimes I think it's not as polluted as in some coal-heated places in Poland. And if we don't take care of these people, it will come to us. That pollution will also come to us. Because the air, we have one air on this earth. Only one air. The air mixes up and goes around the globe. And sooner or later, because it doesn't get cleaned up very quickly, we get the same air. And if we pollute that air, and then also water, the water runs around, water circulates, and the air circulates, and we'll get this. We cannot socially distance ourselves from poor people and from poor nations. And this is not fair. And this is also not fair. So these are my thoughts. And I'm planning to do something more about it through my coaching in the near future. So what else? So I talked about the risk. I don't feel much risk of being here. I'm careful. I'm a good boy. I go to sleep early. I don't walk at night. I don't get into any strange activities like, let's say, buying narcotics or something like this. I wake up early when nobody basically is on the streets and no robbers are on the 6 o'clock in the morning, really. I am increasing my well-being, increasing the strength of my immune system. So through all of this I feel much stronger and I feel much better, and therefore it would be more risk for me to stay there with all that atmosphere, with all the smog where I was. And I encourage you to go somewhere, to travel, if you can. And sometimes it could be also taking a walk 200 meters from your house and seeing the plants and taking care of the plants and something like this. Or going few hours, you know, if you can. And just like taking care of yourself, of course, and all the safety, but just changing the environment, because it gives you new ideas, new variety, and our minds need that variety, that those changes to kind of get away from old perspectives and embrace new perspectives. So this is why I'm here, get new perspectives on life. I noticed that my mind is not totally calm yet, that my mind is running, that I'm used to that race, civilization race, rat race maybe. I'm used to it so much that my mind still has a problem of slowing down sometimes. So then I have to do something with my body in nature, whether it's climbing, being on the beach, swimming, or whatever. So some of you may be jealous, but I tell you, you can all do this. I'm doing it very cheaply right now. I get to know more and more people, so my costs are going down. I know where to buy things for the prices for locals, so it's getting cheaper. My food is definitely cheaper than when it was in my country. So I'm just telling you, the risk is not so high, and in fact, if you stay there, the risk may be higher, depending where you are, of course. And if you stay stuck in one place, if you get anxious, there is a risk your soul actually is doing worse and worse, that physically you are not motivated, mentally and emotionally you could be depressed. I see that depression is coming to so many people. And for this, some variety in your life is necessary. So, all in all, in summary, I'm very happy with what I'm doing. Sometimes I want to go back, but I stop myself. I continue this experiment, and I feel more and more well-being. I feel more strength, including my immune strength. So I'm not afraid that something is going to happen to me. I'm getting more friends. I'm experiencing a completely different world. I'm learning Portuguese. I'm understanding a lot of Portuguese now, so that's also good. And this will be an investment, and this is an investment in my future. And you can do it. You can do it. Maybe not in the same form, maybe something smaller, but you can also do it. So with this, greetings to you. Stay as well as possible. Don't worry too much, because the fear is our greatest enemy. And if you let the fear in too much, you are going to have a problem, immune problem, mental problem, spiritual problem, emotional problem. If you stay away from fear, if you participate in some different activities, different experiments, you forget about fear, and then you can live your full life, and then you can recover your full inner power. And this is what I wish to you, and I'm sending to you some of that power. Bye-bye. Thank you.